Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome. In today's lesson, today we are continuing with our lesson from 8th class Geography, chapter 4, that is Agriculture. In previous lesson, you learnt about different types of farming, and today we are continuing with the same. So today we are going to learn about commercial farming. Commercial means concerning with earning money or profit. As the name suggests, so commercial farming, it is the activity related with earning profit. So commercial farming involves activities on a large scale and yield a much larger produce. So crops are grown and animals reared and then sold in the market to make profits. In commercial farming, the large area is cultivated and a large amount of capital is used. It requires minimal manual labor and machines, that is machinery, does most of the work. Developed nations mostly perform commercial farming extensively. Now, the commercial farming includes grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation agriculture. So, let us see what is commercial grain farming. Grain means seeds of plants that are used as food. So, it is the cultivation of crops for commercial purposes where crops are grown for sale in the market. It is practiced in temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia. And these are sparsely populated areas with large farms spreading over hundreds of hectares. The main crops grown in commercial grain farming are wheat and maize. Then there is second type of commercial farming, that is mixed farming. So in mixed farming, the land is used for growing fodder, that is food for livestock, horses, cows, etc., crops, and rearing livestock. Livestock means farm animals. So farmers cultivate food crops like rice, wheat, and fodder crops for animals like barley and grass. This type of farming is commonly practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Then there is third type of commercial farming, that is plantation agriculture. So it is a type of commercial farming where a single crop is grown. This type of farming requires a large amount of labor and capital investment. The produce may be processed on the farm itself or in nearby factories, so it requires the development of a transport network which is essential for such farming. Plantation agriculture also needs specific climatic conditions The main crops of plantation agriculture are tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew, rubber, banana, or cotton. This type of farming is common in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. For example, rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil, tea in India and Sri Lanka. Now let us talk about major crops. These are very important crops. So crops are plants that are grown and harvested for eating and selling are included in major crops. A variety of crops are grown to meet the requirements of the growing population. So on the basis of usage, these crops are classified into three types. Number one, crops grown for food, or crops that are grown to be used as food, like rice, wheat, millets, and maize. These crops need a specific environment and geographical conditions to grow. So the first crop that is grown for food is rice. It is a main food crop. It is a staple diet of the tropical and subtropical regions. Crops show best yield, that is rice. It shows best yield with high temperature, high humidity and rainfall, and it grows best in alluvial clayey soil that can retain water. In the world, China is the leading producer of rice, followed by India, which together account for half of the world's rice production. Japan, Sri Lanka, and Egypt and Bangladesh are the other major producers of rice. In West Bengal and Bangladesh, due to the favorable climatic conditions, 2 to 3 crops of rice are grown in a year. Then there is second major crop, that is wheat. So to grow wheat, we require a well-drained loamy soil. It grows best in moderate temperature and rainfall. Its growth requires loads of sunshine, that is lot of sunshine in the harvest season. USA, Canada, Argentina, Russia, Ukraine, Australia, India and Bangladesh are major producers of wheat. In India, wheat is sown in the winter and harvested in the summer. Then there is third major crop, that is millets. Millets, known as coarse grain, can be grown well on relatively less fertile and sandy soil. It requires low to adequate rainfall and temperatures ranging from high to moderate temperatures. Jawar, bajra, and ragi are grown in India, and other major producers of millets in the world are Nigeria, China, and Niger. And the fourth major crop is maize. It is commonly referred to as corn. It requires moderate temperature, rainfall, and abundance of sunshine. That is, a lot of sunshine is needed to grow this crop. This crop needs well-drained fertile soil to grow. And the major producers in the world are North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada, India, Mexico, and South Africa. Then there are beverage crops. Beverage means the crops which are used as drinkable liquids. For example, tea and coffee. So, tea is a beverage crop grown on plantations. It requires cool and humid climate with well distributed high rainfall throughout the year for the growth of its tender leaves. It needs well drained loamy soil. It is grown on the gentle slopes to ensure that water doesn't clog. Darjeeling in India produces Darjeeling tea, which is recognized by consumers all over the world for its unique flavor and quality. Kenya, India, China, Sri Lanka are known to produce the finest quality of tea in the world. Then there is second beverage crop, that is coffee. Coffee requires a warm and wet climate like that of subtropical regions and well drained loamy soil. Hilly slopes are most suitable for the growth of this crop. And in case of coffee, Brazil is the world leader in the production of coffee, followed by Colombia and India. Then there are crops that are grown for agro-based industries. For example, jute and cotton. These are called fiber crops. So the first agro-based crop, that is jute, it is also known as golden fiber. It grows well on alluvial soil. It requires high temperature, heavy rainfall and humid climate. It is grown in the tropical areas. The leading producers of jute fiber or jute crop are India and Bangladesh. Then there is second crop grown for agro-based industries, that is cotton. So cotton is the main raw material for the cotton textile industry. It requires high temperature, light rainfall, 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine to grow. It grows best on black and alluvial soils. In India, cotton is mostly grown in parts of the Deccan Plateau. Apart from India, the leading producers of cotton are China, USA, Pakistan, Brazil, and Egypt. So these were major crops and the types of farming. Now, what is agricultural development? Agricultural development refers to efforts made to increase farm production in order to meet the growing demands of the increasing population. Agricultural development includes better farming practices, better crop variety, and awareness of farmers. Through agricultural development, the farm production can be increased by improving irrigation facilities, increasing the farming area, increasing the number of crops grown on the farm in a year, promoting the use of high quality fertilizers and high yield value seeds, mechanization, that is use of machinery and equipments to perform various agriculture operations like plowing, irrigation, spraying pesticides and harvesting of crops. So there is a term used, that is food security. What does it mean? So food security is when all the people at all times have physical as well as economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for a healthy and active life. Dear students, with this, we came to end of today's topic as well as the chapter agriculture. Hope you enjoyed this lesson.